On paper, the new Asus ZenBook 13 is a great thin and light laptop, featuring a nearly bezel-less 13-inch display with an impressive 95% screen-to-body ratio. It packs in some decent hardware, and at its price point, it could prove to be the perfect buy for both students and professionals who work on the go. But is it really as great as it's chalked up to be? Well, that's exactly what we are here to find out. This is Abhijit from Guiding Tech, and let's get right to it. Let's kick things off with the design. The Asus ZenBook UX333F feels like a premium thin and light notebook with a slim chassis and subtle design. It weighs slightly over a kg and it's just 16.9mm thick, making it exceptionally portable. The smooth edges make it an absolute pleasure to hold, and because of its small form factor, I sometimes tend to forget that I'm even carrying it in my backpack. Even with such a small body, the ZenBook 13 offers a good selection of ports, including USB 3.0 Type-A port, a USB 2.0 Type-A port, a USB Type-C, a full-size HDMI port, and a headphone microphone combo jack. The laptop even features a micro SD card slot, which really comes in handy while transferring images from my camera. Design-wise, the most unique thing about the ZenBook 13 is its ErgoLift hinge. It lifts the laptop at an angle when opened, resulting in a very comfortable typing position. The hinge also lifts the laptop up from the surface, which improves airflow and slightly enhances the sound output from the tiny downward firing speakers. However, the hinge didn't feel really sturdy and it slipped out quite a bit while typing, which affected my overall experience. I hope Asus somehow fixes that in the next iteration. Even though the laptop lacks a fingerprint sensor for biometric authentication, it does pack in a 3D infrared camera with face recognition support. This works quite well and unlocks the laptop as soon as I open the lid. Isn't that impressive? Moving on to the display, the ZenBook 13 features a Nano Edge 13.3-inch Full HD LED with crazy thin bezels, giving the laptop a 95% screen-to-body ratio. I can tell Asus has used a high quality panel on this laptop because the visuals consistently look quite sharp and crisp. The thin bezels add on to the viewing experience, making watching movies or playing games quite immersive. Viewing angles are also pretty great, and I didn't notice any color shifting while looking at the display from the sides. Color accuracy is decent and most casual users will have absolutely no problems with the color reproduction. And thanks to the bundled, splendid and true-to-life software, the performance can be fine-tuned even further. The keyboard on this laptop is rather unremarkable. The key travel is a bit too short and sometimes the keys need to be pressed a little too firmly, which takes away from the overall typing experience. However, layout-wise the keys are well spaced out and typing for long sessions feels quite comfortable. While the keyboard is average at best, the trackpad on the ZenBook 13 is simply brilliant. It has a smooth glass surface and Windows Precision driver support, making it a pleasure to use. Tracking is accurate and the palm rejection is also pretty great, and no time for accidental touches. What makes the trackpad on the ZenBook 13 really stand out, however, is its illuminated numpad. But to me it seems more like a gimmick than a functional component, as it isn't as responsive as I'd want it to be, and I ended up not using it all that much. Talking about what's inside, our review unit packs in an 8th gen Intel Core i7 processor with 8GB of RAM, of 512GB of SSD, and an Nvidia GeForce MX150 graphics card with 2GB of VRAM. With these specs, the laptop feels quite snappy in everyday use. Thanks to the MX150, the ZenBook 13 is also capable of handling games, although not all that well. I tried a couple of games on the system and most of them ran at medium to low settings at 1080p, slightly improving in performance when the resolution was bumped down to 720p. Well, that's to be expected. But what's really surprising is that the laptop didn't heat up all that much while gaming. Sure, the fans do crank up and make noise under load, but that's a trade I'm willing to make. The ZenBook 13's battery backup is what really makes it the perfect companion for people looking for a thin and light notebook to work on while they are on the move. It lasts long, like really long. In my testing, the laptop lasted an impressive 8.5 hours under light workload with screen set to 50% brightness. Under a heavier load, including some light video editing and gaming, the battery lasted almost 4 hours. But since you wouldn't really be gaming or editing videos on battery power on a regular basis, I don't think you will face any issues with the battery life. Priced at around 89,000 bucks, the ZenBook 13 is a great buy for anyone looking for a thin and light notebook that has a dedicated graphics card. The laptop has a fantastic design, a brilliant screen, a great battery life and decent performance. It strikes a great balance between portability and performance. Now, this laptop easily stands toe to toe against the MacBook Air when it comes to portability and offers a better bang for your buck when it comes to performance. So if you're in the market for a great MacBook Air alternative, you should definitely consider getting this one, unless of course you don't want a Windows PC. So that sums up our review of the Asus ZenBook 13. Don't forget to hit the like button if you liked the video and subscribe to Guiding Tech for amazing reviews and tutorials. This is Abhijit signing off. See you in the next one.